Psychology focuses on processes that occur within the individual, specifically studying behavior and what occurs in the brain. Psychologists study biological bases of behavior, sensation and perception, and emotion and motivation, among many other areas, studying the mind of the individual rather than society as a whole. Sociology is the study of human social relationships and institutions, stressing the social context in which people live and how these contexts influence people's lives. The discipline studies people in groups, people interacting with one another, and even nations interacting with each other. Sociologists do not judge which social attitude is right or wrong, but aim to understand why such practices have evolved, looking beyond individual explanations of problems to group explanations for behavior. Sociologists and psychologists are both concerned with how people adjust to the obstacles of life. They both share an interest with human behavior, often use the same data collection methods, and study attitudes, beliefs, behavior, emotions, and interpersonal relationships. Unlike psychology, however, sociologists stress factors external to the individual to determine what influences people. Sociology looks beyond individuals and examines society through specific lenses. For example, college students who graduated between 2008 and 2014 are less likely to find jobs than students who graduated before 2008. Psychologists might wonder if a student is less likely to get a job because he or she is less motivated, not as smart, or didn't try as hard. From a sociological perspective, the situation would be explained by looking at the financial status of the country at that time. The number of jobs available in the United States economy shrank remarkably in that time due to the financial crisis, linking what happens to individuals to larger social forces. Originally, I did not think sociologists would be interested in studying how politics affects social class. Sociologists and political scientists actually both study government. Sociologists examines the relationship of the political system to behavior and attitudes of various social groups. They are interested in the wealth distribution among Americans, how much say the wealthiest hold in government, and their views, how poverty is being handled by government, the origins and latent function of poverty, mobility between social classes, and the political economy. Sociologists are interested in this to see how what class you are in and how the decisions made in the financial market and government affect your life chances. Sociological imagination is the ability to see the connection between large social forces and individual life chances, or the odds that certain opportunities or obstacles will present them to you. By applying the sociological imagination, individuals are able to perceive from an objective position events in social structure that influence behavior and attitudes. It is generally thought that class stratification is the outcome of individual characteristics, unaffected by structural constraints and group privilege. The sociological imagination gives you a magnifying glass to see through ideological myths of economic inequality. Sociologists found that factors other than merit and effort influence the likelihood of success or failure. Class has a concrete impact on daily life. People who share a common class position often share conditions and experiences. These larger sociological forces influences our choice of friends, in which when and where I grow up affects who I might become friends with. I'm walking with my friend Carrie because we are in the same social class. The class in which we're born into affects the type of education we receive. We're both at Nazareth College pursuing higher education with role models that have encouraged us to go here. The advantages that we have that allow us to go to Nazareth College are a part of a larger social institution. What makes sociology unique is how it studies the world around us, connecting what happens to individuals to a larger force. It lets people see how what happens to them is influenced by events, policies, and interactions that make up the social structure of a society. It allows you to have a better understanding of the world and gives people a quality of mind that will help develop reason in order to achieve a clear summary of what is going on in the world and what is happening within themselves. An individual can understand his or her own experience and fate by locating themselves within the time period, and know his or her own life chances by becoming aware of all those individuals and their circumstances. By studying sociology, you can gain personal knowledge, new perspectives, skills needed by employers, background training useful in entering other fields, new views on the world, and a new way of looking at your relationships with others and your place in society. You can gain tolerance for and a fascination with a variety of people around you and their cultural systems, understand your interactions better with friends and family, watch news or read a newspaper with keener perception, view the world more objectively, understand group dynamics, understand your own personal problems in a broader social context, and understand all sides of an issue, broadening your worldviews and giving you a better understanding of why events take place unlike other disciplines.